Smash Toys. He got Fortnite. Yeah, I got Blast Toys.
I'm definitely
yeah,
not.
We just tryna have some fun, bad boy. Yeah, you got Megatron. That's not a bad choice. Yeah. You hit the bell for all post notifications, man. Like and subscribe. You did.
Welcome back to TSM ToySmashMania, fellas. As y'all can see, we have the one, the only Maximum Series Spiderman, Peter Parker. So we got the Maximum Series Spider-Man, fellas. I am not gonna lie, I have been watching a lot of reviews and a lot of comparisons and this person's thoughts and that person's thoughts, and I've come up with my own judgment of this figure just from watching reviews and now owning it. I'm gonna give y'all what I think. So we are gonna open this guy live, so you get to see the box. I'm not gonna lie, I love this box. I really do. I wish they had I don't know, I think Macfarlane does that where it has a window up top. Sometimes, not all the time. I can't really think as many Macfarlanes as I've opened, but I do like the side window. It's minimal. A lot of people don't like a lot of light in their figures, but some people do, especially when they get that top light while they're displaying. They could get some light in there, so I think maybe a window up top would be cool. But this goes at the bottom. Side, we got a little art. He's actually upside down, so if you want to look at it like this, that's pretty cool. But it's supposed to go like that. Of course, he's upside down with the new effect. A lot of people in the custom figure, our circles, they sell this, and I believe they make it a lot better than Hasbro did. I'm not sure, because I've never bought one, but I've seen some and they look pretty nice, man. But yeah, so that's one side. Of course, the back of the box looks pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, that looks pretty awesome. That looks pretty awesome. And then of course the side, they showing you he could do that perch position, like when he just kneels down, touches the ground. I don't think he's touching the ground, but you know, they try to get this angle and that angle, make it seem like it's cool. And then another thing that they did, which is actually genius of them, while he's kneeling, right, they put one of the web hands, which will be this one, I believe, that one right there. They took that hand and made it seem like he's like as if he has freaking finger articulation. I haven't seen finger articulation on figures from Marvel. Well, no Marvel, not that I know of. No Marvel Legend has finger articulation. But Toy Biz used to make from the first Spider-Man, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, because this figure kind of reminds me of him. The Spider-Man, I think, not the first movie. The first movie Toy Biz figures were pretty meh. They were pretty bland. But the second movie figures were dope. They had this one figure. It was supposed to be like a web swinger, and then they gave you like the whole diorama. And then they had another figure where it was supposed to like swing on a pole, and like you'll put up. He had like magnetic hands. That figure was superposable, and it looked a bit funky, but it had finger articulation. It had all the articulation you can get in a figure. It was just a little weird looking. So I do remember that. I do. Wait, what the? Am I missing two hands, or were those? Oh, okay. So they were at the bottom in the back. All right. So that's cool. All right, but all right. So let's get to the. Do y'all really want to see all these? Well, we're doing it live, so we might as well. So let's get to these hands. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I do like these hands. I do like these hands. If y'all can see that. I do like these hands. These hands right here with like the web effect are fire to me. I like that. I really do like these. This first set is dope. The second set is also dope. The more hands you get with a figure, the happier collectors are. You can't go wrong adding more hands. Let's see if you can see that. This is almost like, like a spitting web, but almost like, I don't know. The more hands, the better. I ain't gonna lie. I do like that. Check that out. The more hands, always better. He do got fist hands, which is a plus. Every action figure should bring fist hands. And I know I'm late. I've had them for a while. I didn't know if I wanted to open him or not. And then he's got like web gripping hands, which they're like semi-open. You can see that. That's to like hold on to maybe these web effects. But from what I've seen, these web effects are mad flimsy. So, got those hands. Then of course he got these. These are the new sets for Spider-Man, which are awesome. With the exposed web shooters. These are fire. I'm not gonna lie. These hands are fire. The exposed web shooter hands just gives you different poses with Spider-Man. You could sit him down, act like he's working on his web shooter. These are nice. These are really, really nice. And then of course, crawling hands, which is Spider-Man which should be standard with a Spider-Man, right? Crawling hands. I like that the web go on the palm. If you can see that. You see that? The webbing goes all the way around. I like that. I like that. They try not to take any shortcuts, but they kind of... I believe when you're trying to make money, you're going to take some shortcuts. And you can't make everyone happy. I truly believe that. I believe you can't make everyone happy. So, we saw the hands. Now we'll take a look at these web effects. This thing is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I kind of like this. I do. It's almost like I don't own the Mafex. I'm not going to sit here and act like I do. But I've seen the Mafex, and it brings a similar one to this, but it's almost like a longer one with a smaller one of these ends attached to it. So it look like one of these. Okay, let me get it out since they're coming out anyways. So the Mafex, see how flimsy these are? If you get a little bit of wire, you got a nice little effect. So the Mafex, it's almost like this. But this is a lot smaller. And then it has like that long web to it, which is cool on the Mafex. I've seen it. I don't own the Mafex, so I'm not going to try to act like... The reason I don't own the Mafex is because of the price. That thing, 80 and up. So that's I don't get me wrong. I do get figure hype. So I'm willing to spend 60 sometimes, not all the time. Anything above 65, I'm good. I'm definitely not getting. Unless they're a brand new Mafex that I order. and you sometimes you'll spend 65 to 75, somewhere around there. But for Marvel Legends, this is the most I've ever gotten. I think the dude was selling it for, I think it was 65, and I ended up doing like a deal with him, like nice little trade and stuff like that. But I gave up a lot, and yeah. But let's get to the other effect. This thing just looks weird. I don't know what was the thought behind this, but they could have done without this. This looks like a nut shot, and I'm not talking about like a. This look like somebody about to get pregnant, and then they gave it a stand. This thing is looking to get fertilized. About to fertilize something. I don't know what the heck they did with this, and I get it, cause Spider-Man is like. I always looked at Spider-Man almost like a Green Lantern, in terms that he could do things with his web, like he could make stuff with his web. Where and the Green Lanterns, they make stuff with their ring, right? So he could make it. I'm not saying Spider-Man could do the same, but as the figure shows you, he could make a shield. He could make a projectile. You understand? He could make a grab or something that grabs. Like, so I've always looked at Spider-Man almost like a Green Lantern. And if you were gonna make a shooter effect, like they could have just done like smaller, like more like rounder. Like not stretched out like a sperm cell. You get what I'm saying? Like they could have been a little bit, almost like like the pumpkins with the goblins, like something like that, something round, and then put like little web effects around it, and then you could. How come we don't get a face effect? Pause. Like I know we talking about the sperm shooter and all that, but how come we don't get like an effect that you could put around? Like other figures' faces. Like it could be something like this, just smaller. Like cut this end, make it smaller, and just be able to wrap around other figures' faces. So like, all right, for example, let's get this bizarre, like something like that but smaller. Now Spider-Man does that all the time. He just shoots webs at people. Stop them from talking or stop them from looking. Like he does it all the time. But anyways, let's move on. And then we'll move on to the effect, to the spider senses effect. Again, this is pretty cool. It ain't nothing to overcharge for though. Even though like I said earlier, the custom community, they've been doing this. They've been doing this. So Hasbro and Hasbro definitely behind when it comes to that. And then this thing right here, let's go into hair sculpts. This has to be the scariest Peter Parker I've ever seen. This boy look hella creepy. Do y'all like this hair sculpt, yo? This boy look like, he don't look like he about to save the day. He look like he about to take a day from somebody. This thing is horrendous. I'm cool with that. I don't know what I'm gonna do to how I'm gonna replace that. I haven't seen any videos of anybody giving me. I think I seen somebody put the animated figure, the animated Peter Parker head on there, and it looked pretty good. But I don't want to do the animated. I'm cool with the animated line, even though that's my favorite Spider-Man. I'm cool with that line. And then we got an extra Spider-Man head. Sorry, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, this is pointless. This head right here. Let's get the figure out. Oh my God, he feels nice. Alright. What's the difference between these two heads? Like Oh, the black around one of the eyes is bigger than the other. Really? One of the eyes is semi-closed on one. Really? Come on. They could have done without that head. That's pretty dumb. But let's get to the figure itself. I ain't gonna lie. This figure is kind of fire. And he is buttery. I'm not the best poser, so excuse me. I'm gonna do that purge position, which is which is all I got this guy for. I ain't get him for nothing else but for that position. I love that position. That's when I think of Spider-Man, I think of him perched up on a roof somewhere looking up. You feel me? So almost like a freaking gorilla. And I can't really get it right now. And again, I'm not the best. I'm pretty sure somebody's done it. I'm not the best figure poser. I told you that. Oh my goodness, I hate those double knees. Sometimes they're a hassle to deal with. Yeah, it's not as smooth as as I thought. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna try and look stupid on this thing. But look at that. Look at that gapping. Everybody complains about gapping with figures. Man, that gapping is terrible. It do got drop down, but that gap is wow. Let me see. Look at that gap. Look at that gap. That looks terrible. Is it worth the price? It depends, man. It depends. I don't think no figure is worth that much money, but sometimes you just want things. So I collect Mafex. I got all the Superman Mafex. He is nice though. Like he feels really nice. And hold on, oh my goodness. Do I get any rubbing on here? Hold on, let me see. Trying to see if I got any rubbing. No rubbing, pinless everything. I ain't gonna lie, I do like this Spider-Man. Arms touch with butterfly. That is nice. Let me see the back. Any scratching or anything? Nope. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This might be the best Spider-Man Hasbro has put out since the freaking Toy Biz. Since the freaking Toy Biz Spider-Man. Before I go though, let me show y'all something. Because I'm going to display these two together. Other than toe articulation. And these big ugly hips. These two figures are the same, y'all. Those two figures are the same, y'all. Again, other than toe articulation and of course the accessories on the Maximum, these figures are the same, y'all. Same drop down with the big old ugly gaps. Got the ab crunch and the torso articulation on both. Butterflies, pinless, double jointed. Yo, I think this is just the bigger scale of this figure with different legs. Because other than that gap, and of course, like I said, the toe articulation, these are the same figure, dog. They're the same figure. And this thing costs $25, and this thing costs freaking $50. Resale price even more. because of the accessories. So how is that? If this figure was sold by itself, how much would people pay for it? I'm not saying it's a bad figure. It's definitely a great figure. It's phenomenal figure. But there's, other than toe articulation, there's no difference than this $23 figure. I got this I got that at GameStop, $23. Anyways, I do get some rubbing on this one that I don't get on this one. That I will admit, as y'all can see right there. But other than that, as far as articulation, they're the same. They're definitely the same. But anyways, I just wanted to show y'all me unboxing this figure. I am gonna display these two together, which is why I got them. And yeah, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this Spider-Man. Of course, I'm hella late. I've had him for a while. I wasn't sure if I wanted to open him, so I waited until I found something to display with, and then I got this Miles, so I decided to go ahead. I do got some quality control issues with the lines on the head, especially right there. I don't know if my camera can pick that up. Yeah, my camera sucks, y'all. It's like a break right by the eye. Other than that, he's pretty solid. This is a solid figure. If you don't want to spend, if you don't have the budget for the Mafex figure, this is definitely a great pickup. Even though it's gonna run you around the Mafex pretty pricey. This is pretty pricey too, but it's not as pricey. So if you want to save a few bucks, you go with this, and I think you'll be just as happy. It is a great figure, like I said, but again, it depends on the budget. Me, I couldn't see myself doing it, man. But once I got a trade opportunity, I gave up a lot to get him. And you know, we did other stuff. It wasn't just one figure for another or any. It was a bulk of stuff. So once I saw a trade opportunity, I had to get him. But anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about these. How should I post these two together? Let me know. TSM, excuse me. We are here, but we are out. Peace.
Why haven't we been
We gon' make noise, yeah, we gon' smash toys. You got Fortnite, yeah, I got Blast Toys.
I'm definitely
yeah,
not.
we just tryna have some fun, bad boy. Yeah, you got Megatron, that's not a bad choice. Yeah, you hit the bell for all post notifications, man, like and subscribe, you did.